G'day, welcome back to Mods and Movements. Today on the desk, we've got something a little bit different. So this bad boy here is the PT5000. It's a ETA 2824 clone. This one's the gold version. Chinese clone, high beat movement, 28,800 beats per hour, 25 joules, super accurate. And there's a bit more to tell to this story, but I'll get to that after we run through the rest of these parts. Got the Black Bay 58 style vintage case, vintage Black Bay style dial, the PT5000. Snowflake hands, gold trimmed, gold and black date wheel, new gold logos, and we're good to get building. Classic Black Bay style case, 39 millimeters, stainless steel, oyster style bracelet, 13.5 mil thick. This has domed sapphire crystal, 20 mil lugs, 47 mil lug to lug, screw down crown, display case back, nice brushings. This case is pretty nice. Bracelet's not too bad, not noisy, just what we want. A bit of a backstory on this movement. The original idea was I was going to build a Tudor Pelagus style build. I had a whole nother case, different setup, this movement, but it was a navy style case, the whole thing. I was halfway through the video and the movement shit itself. Not because of the movement, because of the operator. So there is a huge learning curve to working with these movements in comparison to any of the Seiko NH style movements. So yeah, these movements are very easy to destroy. Well, not so much destroy, you can. I didn't destroy it, but I've had to tear the whole keyless works of this movement down, take all of this part off, and it's very easy to fuck this up, to put it bluntly. So I might do a whole nother video on me tearing down and putting back together the keyless works, because that could be useful as well to some people, but I will also run through the things that I've learned that not a lot of videos tell you, and only one that I've found actually explained what was going on. So yeah, but that was kind of cool. I've wanted to pull down a movement and put it back together anyway, so to be able to get to do it and just do the keyless works, that was pretty cool regardless. So, but I'm behind on these videos, not that I've got a deadline, but you know, I'd like to get more videos out than this. So hopefully I'll get this sorted and then we'll get a teardown video for you and we'll keep on building. So let's move on, let's get this thing built. Man, I'm looking forward to having this watch. I've been trying to do a ETA build for what seems like forever now. Once we get into the movement, I'll show you exactly what I did wrong last time. I hate this bit, it's so sketchy. This dial feels a lot less forgiving as well, feels like I'm gonna scratch it. Okay, there we go. How does that line up? It's nice. Okay. So all I'm doing is there's grid lines on camera. And I'm just lining it up straight in front of the lens from here down to here. It gives me a straight line. The logos do leave a little bit of like adhesive. Comes off pretty easy. I've just been keeping this nice piece, clean piece of Rodico in this old It's a shitty piece on top. Brand new piece in there, keeps it clean, dust free, and that'll be my dial cleaning one for 1 or 2 builds. So before we put the dial on, I've got this gold date wheel. So I bought a nice new set of screwdrivers, which were still relatively cheap AliExpress ones, but these ones are sick, way better than the other piece of crap that I had. But these are much nicer. Ball bearing, they've got changeable heads, comes with spares. So to take off this date wheel, we've just got to take off this mini train bridge first. Hopefully without scratching anything. And then we need to take off the date wheel maintaining plate. That's just this one here. Okay, date wheel gone. Let's get the Goldie on. Alright, so we'll try this a bit closer so it's a bit easier to see. That little spring there. It needs to sit in between there and it will hold it in place. So we do that. Drag this across. Just had to do it a bit closer. So just so that little spring sits right in between the little notches on the date wheel, and then you just slide it across and it pulls that spring back and it holds it taut, and the rest of it just sits on here. So now that's sitting there, we just put in the date jumper maintaining plate, the date indicator maintaining plate. Okay, let me get that screw. There it is. And now we've got the train wheel bridge. Having 2 coffees in a day is not good when you plan to build a watch in the afternoon. You got the camera like right at the screwdriver's length. Okay, so that should be it back together. Now, flip it over. It's a bit of a different process to putting a dial on this bad boy. So we'll have a look at that. Got these are the dial feet holders. They just slide out like so. So on the PT5000, we've got all of these things we need to put on also. So we've got dial spacer, got the hour hand, which also has a dial washer on it. And then spacer goes on, and these notches, they go where the holes are for the dial feet. Now, let's get this dial on. So we'll just lock these dial feet holders in. I just like to use this spring bar tool. Looks good, huh? Cool beans. Let's call that done. So you can see the dial is this kind of aged or vintage, whatever you want to call it, the loom. So, but because it's all gold trim, the only hands that I could get in gold trim have like super white bloom, and it just didn't work. So I had the idea to age them. I just copied a tutorial on, I think it's DIY Watch Club's YouTube channel about how to do it. And that is just dipped in filtered coffee, chucked in the oven at, I don't know, 180 degrees for 5 to 10 minutes at a time. And then it actually took quite a few goes to get it dark enough, because it just still looked pretty white, honestly, after the first couple of goes, but a few cracks at it. I think I turned the heat up a bit as well. Yeah, and it worked. So here we are, ready to put the hands on and finally finish this build, because I have other watch parts turning up. So the idea or the reasoning for this build, everything I'm building so far is based on like styles I like or things like that. So this one, I actually decided for my 40th, I want to get myself a Black Bay 58. And I don't know if I want the navy or the black and gold. So rather than just try one on and take a photo and look back at the photo for ages and decide, I can actually wear a mod of the same style. So yeah, I kind of decided that my first semi-luxury, entry-level luxury watch that I'm going to save for is going to be a Black Bay. And what better time to get it than celebrating 40 years and some other life achievements and things like that. Why not? I need a flat hand pusher, brassy boy, if only the rest of the watch was that easy. You can kind of see on the macro shots the coffee stained hands. They're not perfect, but you know, till I find a decent vintage loom kit, I'm happy with this. Time to get this bad boy cased up. Get out of here. So this is where I came unstuck on my first build. So unlike the NH movements that we remove while the second hand's going and it's pressed in, the ETA movements, we want to pull them out completely and have it stopped, because you can damage the keyless works in here. So let's go through how to do that properly, because there is actually lots of bad information on YouTube about this. So I just need a screwdriver. So I think 120 is the right size. So if we can get a close-up of the back here, you can see this in here, which is the release for the crown stem, is actually slotted. So that is designed to fit the head of a screwdriver, because that release can only be pressed down so far And after you push it down, if you push it down too far, if you use, say, a toothpick, like I did, it can push in too far, keyless works literally just fall to pieces and all come out of alignment, and you have to take the whole thing apart. Well, the whole lot of keyless works anyway. So press that slightly and remove. And sometimes, yeah, see, the watch is now running, which apparently is common, but it's fine. It should be fine. Anyway, it's been released in the right spot, so we should be good to go. So we want to flip this over. We're gonna make sure everything's nice and clean. It should be. We've been cleaning as we go and storing under thingies. It does pay to have a good look with some magnification though. Got the dial side clean. I've cleaned the inside of the case because if I hold it up to the light, it's much easier to see. But basically it's just dabbing any spots. Well, first I clean it down with a microfiber or suede cloth. Then we just pick up any lint or dust with very clean brand new bit of Rodico, which we keep in its own little case separately aside from everything else, and refresh that as necessary. So let's get this in the case. Oh, just wanted to mention and say, move this out of the way for a sec. Got my GMT mod on. This was the first build. Anyone watching the channel has possibly seen this build if they've seen anything. This was my first build, first watch. Fixed it up, I've done a few things since. But this video is now coming up on 50,000 views, which is absolutely incredible. So I just wanted to say a big thank you to anyone who has watched that and is continuing to watch these videos. And if you like it, smash that like button, subscribe. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Okay, let's get into it and let's get this watch cased up. Dial face will sit down like so. Let's see. Yep. And then hopefully, probably put the crown in first because it's slotted. That will help us see what we're doing here. Now these ones, you just want to be a lot more careful when putting the crown stem in than with the NH movements. And last time I actually got the screwdriver and pressed that down again just to be triply sure. You don't want to force it because these keyless works are really fiddly. Alright, that's in. It's winding. Let's check it is Yep, okay, that will stop it. Thank God for that. Now let's get this locked in and get this freaking thing finished. Everything is lined up sweet. We just need to get this crown stem cut to length. We've got the crown stem pushed in, so we're still about 3.62 mil. So we'll cut it back 3 mil, and we'll see how we go from there. Cut him down, measure it off, see what it looks like. Okay, what we can do is I measured it beforehand. I can measure the total length. Hopefully we are longer than 13 mil. 13.03, so we've taken pretty much exactly 3 mil off. And we wanted like 3.6, 3.5. So I'm going to take this back over, we'll suss it out. See if that's long enough, or if not, we can easily grind it down 0.5 mil. We just want to creep up on that final measurement. Alrighty, so we've got it at the right length. We screw it in. Screws all the way down. All the functions work. We've got the spring, winds, all the way out, change the hands. Balance is stopped. Pull that out again, and let's get this crown glued onto the crown stem. So we've got the crown stem correct length. Got some Loctite 243. This is just what I have. Any type of thread locker is good to go. It's only a tiny thread, you only need a tiny bit. That is all the way down. Where's my... I like to just clean off the extra Loctite with some dirty Rodico. Not dirty, but just not my clean dial facing Rodico, you know? That'll set up nice. Let's get this back in without damaging the keyless works. You can see even when you just stick down a little bit, it pulls that keyless works back in and it stops the balance. So you need to be real cautious around the keyless works in these because they are very temperamental. I can just feel that is not quite right there. It's better. That's it. See the tail wheel there moving. Push it in. Winding works. We are good to go. All right. Put my finger cots on and we will give the back of this a final clean. Get it cased up, get the bracelet on, get some final shots, eh? So I believe we don't need the movement screws, they don't line up. Little clamps. This bad boy all looks clean under the light. What else? We need a gasket. Here's the gasket. Gasket grease. Sit it in the groove. Don't want any grease on that rotor because you are going to be able to see it. You also don't want it on the glass or the crystal back. Now, let's get this on. Alright. Here she is. Let's get this bracelet on. Do the wiggle, hopefully without losing it. Ooh. They are nice and solid. All right, let's get this sized up. I think we need to remove a couple. 2 links each side and see how we go. I love this mod. This is instantly one of my favorite mods for sure. Let's get it on the time grapher just out of the box and see what it looks like with the high beat movement. See what we get. I'm not going to do anything fancy. This is just to see how we go. Already here, beat rate 28,800, way faster. Mute that. But look at that, straight out of the box. This is after me pulling some of it apart. Keyless works. We're down at, 3-4 seconds a day. How good is that? For a Chinese clone movement, straight out of the box. Let's see what happens when we move them around a bit. Keep it in shot. Staying pretty steady. Oh, look at that. 0 seconds a day for Chinese replica movement. Big thanks to everyone for watching. Like and subscribe. Check out all the other videos on the channel. Leave us a comment down below with what you'd like to see me build next. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.